What's up, people? In this video, we're going to be covering all the updates coming with the new patch in Rogue Company. We're going to cover the Frigid Hall event and all the free in-game rewards you can receive. We're going to be covering the new game modes that are coming out, all the Rogue's buffs and nerfs, weapon buffs, gadget changes, perk changes, map changes, and the game mode changes. And then we're going to talk about the quality of life and some of the bug fixes that are finally coming to the game. If you want to make sure to get all my updates, make sure to go ahead and subscribe, and also consider following me over on Twitch when I play some other random single player games. Let's go ahead and jump right into the video. So let's start off by listening to Scott Gundy, one of the developers here at Rogue Company, as he talks about the Frigid Hall event and the rewards that we can get for playing this event.
The Frigid Hall event will join our new Rogue Sigrid, new map Glacier, and a plenty of other quality of life improvements to round out the Arctic Shield update. Upon logging into the game, you'll see a new overlay for the Frigid Hall event. Here, you can view all the rewards you can unlock inside of the event. If you're like me, I'm sure you're super eager to see what holiday goodies and gifts are included in the event. And today, I'm going to take you through all 12 items you can unlock and give you a little quick showcase because I'm nice like that. First, let's talk about all of the great sprays inside of the Frigid Hall event. One of the main tenets of Rogue Company is getting paid, and now you can prove you got paid with the money bag spray. For me, nothing says Team Unity quite like a good GG, but why say it when you can spray it? The best way of showcasing sportsmanship is spraying GG next to a fallen enemy's body. No harm can come from that. Last but certainly not least is the final spray inside of the Frigid Hall event. This spray adds a touch of holiday spirit to our rogue voted most likely to be Santa, it's Anvil. Share holiday cheer with a hot cocoa spray. With our player identity system, it's important you tailor your profile to express yourself all year round. Earn these rewards and you can mix and match to create your perfect combination. We've added our first title to Rogue Company, and you'll see a lot more of these in the future, including inside of Rogue Mastery. For now, you can unlock the Nutcracker. Other rewards for player identity include the Locked In Banner, the Data Pirate Avatar, and the Groovy Banner. Now let's talk about emotes. The only emote inside of the Frigid Hall event is the Dirty Falcon emote, but it's amazing for celebrating victories on the battlefield. When the rogues celebrate, they do it in style. Bringing a healthy dose of holiday happiness, the Frigid Hall weapon wraps and outfits are sure to deck your halls. First, spruce up your primary or secondary wraps with the Frozen Festivities or Mistletoe wraps. Not only deadly, but will fit in among the other presents under the tree. For outfits, we have a new one for Talon, but he refused to wear a traditional coat and tie, but his Instigator outfit is sure to leave an impression. Last but not least, Ronin is getting into the spirit of things with Missile Row Ronin. With this deadly yet cheerful outfit, you can spread cheer or explosives. The choice is yours!
Now, in all honesty, I'm hoping that this is their way to kind of give us a preview of what the real Battle Pass is going to be looking like, because we all know that that's one of the next things on the list that are coming out, and the community has really been screaming for it, so I'm assuming that that's going to be coming out soon as well. Now, the next thing that we need to talk about here are the new game modes coming to Roco in the next update here. The two new game modes are going to be Glacier Multi-Mode and then Hardcore Demolition. The Glacier Multi-Mode is basically going to be like the arena event, where you can play all three game modes randomly on the new map. So instead of it being the arena, it's going to be Glacier. And the Hardcore Demolition game mode basically means that there's going to be no health regeneration in that mode. So once you take damage, you just have to sit on that damage until you die or win. Now, in this situation, perks like Headstrong are going to be very valuable, because getting that 25 health can sometimes make the difference between winning and losing a fight. And rogues like Vi, I think, are really going to shine in this game mode, because 2 health in a normal game isn't too crazy, right? But in this game mode where nobody in your team can regen, if you get hit by Vi's poison, or if multiple ones of you get hit by her poison, you're going to be in some serious trouble, because that's just going to take away your maximal health and make it even harder to engage in those gunfights. The next thing that we need to talk about are going to be the buffs and nerfs that are going to be coming to the rogues in this next patch. Now, I'm going to put the patch notes up so you can read along as we go through all these. First, let's talk about Dima. Now, Dima obviously is getting a huge buff to his passive and also to his Merv launcher. His passive now, whenever he hits somebody with an explosive, it's going to reveal that enemy for a short duration. Now, I think that he honestly needed a buff to his passive, because burn was useless before. Now, his Merv launcher is a little more controversial. This one is getting increased inner radius, outer radius, and also they're going to fix this issue where the grenades sometimes would collide with objects. So his Merv launcher is going to be significantly more powerful, powerful, and I think that it may be a little overkill for Dima because I felt like he was already doing pretty well to begin with, but apparently a lot of people felt like he was underperforming. Fixer is going to get an increased ability activation sound volume and range, and also increased ability expiring sound volume and range. So in a way, this is a nerf for Fixer again, because now you're going to be able to tell when he turns on his glasses and when they expire. Now in reality, most likely he turns on his glasses when his smoke is down, so it's not really that big of a deal. But I feel like Fixer has been getting hit with a lot of nerfs lately, and I didn't feel like he was that strong to begin with. So we'll see how this plays out when we actually get to play with him again. Glitch has received a huge buff here. Basically, he's going to be able to hack the active protection system now. This is going to be a huge deal because now it's going to be easier for enemy teams to get those grenades in on the trenches and on the trenches team, honestly. And now that trench has lost tenacity, he's not going to be able to have as much survivability as he once did. So this is going to be a huge game changer, especially in demolition and ranked. Phantom's Nano Smoke is now going to be able to block Fixer's thermal vision. Again, we talked about this a little bit earlier, just another kind of nail in the coffin for Fixer because they're taking away his viability in a sense. And then the last rogue here that's going to get a buff is going to be Scorch. She's going to have the sound of her ability reduced, meaning that when she pops her overheat, you will not be able to hear her as easily as you were before. Now, this is kind of a big deal for Scorch because now it's going to be a little harder to avoid that overheat. Usually once you heard her pop that overheat, you could just hide behind cover, you could coordinate with your team to make sure you avoid her, but now you're not going to be able to know as easily when she pops that ability, and that's going to be a pain for a lot of people, and it's going to bring her in line a little bit. Next, let's go over all the changes that are going to be coming to weapons in this next patch. First, let's start off with the Salvo, which is Scorch's weapon. Basically, she's going to have the time between her bursts reduced, but she's going to have the same fire rate. Now, the Arbitrator, which is Scorch and Anvil, basically they fixed the pellet spread accuracy, so now that should be looking a little bit better for Anvil and Scorch. The MXR, this is Dahlia and Trench. This has had the range on it and that level 1 upgrade adjusted, so now it should be the correct range. The Maw, Anvil again. Basically, they reduced the maximum bloom on it, so that's just going to make the Maw even more savage. Next up, we have the LMP, which is Glitch and Talon. I like that they increased the fall off damage here because this gun has a fairly good range. It plays almost like an AR. So this is just going to bring that more in line, and it's going to make Glitch even stronger. That feels like he's getting buff on top of buffs. We got the full body, which is Phantom. Basically, they just fixed the upgrade so that the scope speed was consistent between all upgrades. We have the Skull 6, which is Shock and Glitch, the shotgun. They basically just fixed the pellet spread, and then they fixed the fall off damage of the tier, which is Fixer's sniper rifle. Next up, let's talk about the buffs that are going to be coming to gadgets here. I'm really impressed with the gadget buffs because I think some of these really needed it. First, we have the active protection system. This is Trench and Anvil. Basically, at level 1 now, you're going to increase the max count from 1 to 2. So that means for Trench, you're going to be able to have 3 active protection systems basically as soon as the game starts if you so choose. So this is going to be very powerful. But again, with Glitch having the ability to now hack them, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Also, at level 2, you increase the durability and the detection radius, which is fine. Now, another big one for Talon, Anvil, and Fixer, C4 has had its throw distance increased at all levels. Now, as y'all all know, the nerf to C4 was kind of devastating. C4 is still good, but now that the distance has been increased, that's going to make it so much better and so much more viable again. So I'm happy to see that come back, and I think it brings it to a level where it's not crazy like it used to be. It's kind of balanced now. Tripwire, which is Saint, basically it's went from 100 damage to 125 damage. So this is going to mean that even if you have something like Headstrong, or if you're Vi at max health, you can still get one shot by the Tripwire. I think that this is going to help bring Saint back in line a little bit with Dahlia, because I think most people would argue that Dahlia is the better healer pound for pound, and even with this buff she still is, but at least now Saint's explosive can also deal 125 damage just like Dahlia's explosive. So big change. I really like what they're doing here. Now let's go ahead and talk about the perks that are going to be changed in the game. So two perks are going to be changed with this new patch. It's going to be Cloaked and it's also going to be Nimble Hands. For Cloaked, whenever Fixer uses his thermal vision, if you are rocking Cloak, you're going to show up as cold. So that means you're not going to be that glowing red figure for him. In Nimble Hands, they fixed a glitch where the weapon's swap speed wasn't as fast as intended. So now this is going to make Nimble Hands just even more useful. Now let's go over the map changes really quickly, and I'm going to just summarize basically what all these maps have kind of going for them right now. Basically, it looks like Hi-Rez is just trying to balance the maps out for attacking and defending. So some maps have received more cover, or have had cover spots just have like their height raised up a little bit so that people can actually hide behind them. They've also adjusted like bomb site locations to where you can plant on different sides of a building or a plant area, and they've also like added zip lines to some maps so that you can actually have a balanced chance to win whether you're attacking or defending. So all in all, I think very good changes for the maps here. I put the patch so you can actually read it yourself as well if you want to see specifically what they did for each map. I like the changes that they're making with the maps though. Next up, let's go ahead and check in with Scott Gundy and let him tell us about some of the economy and game mode changes that are going to be coming to the game in this next patch here.
Assists will now grant players $500 in all of our game modes. In Demolition and Extraction, the stakes are a little bit higher. It's one life after all. Downs have now been increased from $500 to $1,000. And in Extraction, hacking the objective or counter-hacking the objective will also net you $500.
The next thing to cover here are going to be some of the quality of life changes that are going to be coming to the game. The first one, and something that I'm very excited about, is the fact that we're going to be able to change the color of our crosshairs. I think that this is going to be a big deal. I don't know about you guys, but some colors just show up better for me. So like if I can change mine to like a light blue or even like a lavender or a purple, that'll be good for me. I think that'll help my aim out significantly. And the second thing that I want to highlight here is going to be these mastery titles. As you see here, this is for Segret, and you have this fearless title, and I think that's kind of dope. I think it's just like another way to flex on people to show that you mastered this hero, that you are actually put in the time to be, you know, a top level player with this rogue. So I think this is pretty cool. The next thing we need to talk about are some of the fixes that are going to be coming with these bugs. Now, I'm only going to highlight two because they're the most important to me, and it's the two that address crashing in the game. A lot of people have stopped playing this game because the crashes and the freezing just got so bad. So two of the fixes that they did here, they fixed the one where you freeze when you're trying to join back into like a party. Then they also fixed the one where you could get stuck joining a match and freeze. I think those two, just the fact that they fixed those two, are going to make a huge difference in the player base and people actually sticking around, because people were getting kicked out of ring, people were getting kicked out of matches with their friends, and it just makes you not want to play the game, especially when there's games like Call of Duty, which has their glitches obviously, but are running definitely better than Rogue Company is right now. And the last big thing that is coming to Rogue Company in this next patch is obviously going to be the new Rogue Segret. I'm going to go ahead and put her trailer up right here so we can look at it and I can kind of talk about what I think about Segret. Now, as you see here, this is the new Rogue Segret. Most of you have probably seen her already. A lot of people are fearing that she's going to be super broken. I don't think she's going to be that bad. I think her shield is going to be very powerful. I think she's going to definitely be that very different type of breacher, right? Because she's not like Dima, she's not like Glitch. She's going to be a more get in your face, make you deal with her. She's going to be able to pump out a lot of damage with that Warrant, because we all know that's one of the better pistols in the game right now. The fact that she's going to have Lifeline is going to make her a pain to deal with, because she's going to be able to get people up so quickly, and then not being able to be slowed is going to make her kind of like the old school Anvil. So I'm excited to get her into the game and really get to play with her and see how she changes up that meta. Like I said in my other video, I think we're going to see a lot of teams rocking, you know, like Dahlia, Saint, Segret, and then whoever else, because it won't matter, because that's going to be such a hard team to deal with. With that being said, people, I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday over here on YouTube, and then every Tuesday over on Twitch. Make sure to follow me, hit that bell notification if you are trying to run some matches with me over on YouTube. If we have a good game, I even turn those into videos so you can get into a video. I'll shout you out and all that good stuff. And if you want to see some other games, hit me up on Twitch. I'm playing The Last of Us 2 right now, and whatever you guys suggest, if I think it's good, maybe I'll play it over there as well. So make sure to go ahead and follow me over on my Twitch channel. If you like this video, make sure to drop a like and let me know what you think about the changes that are coming to Rogue Company. Do you think that this is enough to keep the game going, or do you think Hi-Rez needs to do a little bit more in order to make this game competitive with all the stuff that there's out there to play right now? As always, people, this is Orsicourse. Thank you for watching, and you know the deal. If you made it to the end, give me a peace, and we'll try to get some more videos out quicker. I know I've been away for a little bit. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Peace, 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 peace.